Hello again. Today I'm back to share a few more thoughts about this cushion cover project that I'm working on. So I've finished the quilt top and it's time to think about how I'm going to quilt it. Now this is going to be a cushion cover, as I mentioned, so there isn't really any need for quilting it. It's not like it's going to be a bedspread or a blanket, but in this case I felt that I wanted a bit more sort of plumpness and stability to this cushion. So I decided I want to use some kind of fluffy batting between the quilt top and the lining fabric. Now, while I was making this quilt top, I didn't really pay much attention to how I was going to quilt the work when quilt top was finished. What I did think about was that I wanted a zipper installed somewhere, and I saw three options here. First, to put the zipper somewhere on the back of the cushion, or in the side seam, or in the bottom seam. And I decided that the bottom seam would be ideal. However, when I was finished sewing, I discovered that there was a flaw to my plan, or let's say there was a lack of planning, because the way I'd stitched this quilt, since I decided to insert these wonky stars here in these places instead of a plain black fabric, it changed the way these rows of blocks were assembled. And it turned out that at the bottom row you can see that these stars are not complete. There are missing arms down here, and the missing arms are found up here. So here we have detached arms, and here we have stars with missing arms, and that is not to my liking. Now the first solution I came up with was that I could stitch this quilt into a tube, like so. And then the arms would be attached to the star, and I could arrange the stars just like I wanted them, and I would of course have to install the zipper at the side, which was fine. But the problem was, how was I supposed to quilt this tube of fabric? Now it would be possible to sort of pull the tube onto the free arm of the sewing machine and freehand stitch in small areas. But it's a bit risky, because then you'd have to have the batting and the lining fabric inside this tube while you're free motion stitching a tube, which could work, but a little bit too risky for my taste. So after having thought, well, no, I'm not too keen on that, I thought, well, so what? I mean, so what? So what if the stars at the bottom of the cushion have fewer arms than the other ones? So what if there are some detached arms on the other side of the cushion? Who cares? I mean, does it matter? Well, when I thought about this, and in my heart I knew that it does matter. It would bother me. It bothered me that I didn't think of this while I was sewing, and if I made this pillow this way, it would bother me every time I look at it. So it's not worth it. So I had to think of something else. Now the obvious solution, of course, is that I would get out the seam ripper and unpick this row take apart this row, exchange these stars for just plain black fabric, like I've done at the sides. Then I could split this row here into two halves, take the upper half and attach it to these stars, and that would complete the stars. So that is perhaps the easiest and most tedious solution, which I suppose I could do, but I thought, well, isn't there anything else? So I decided to have a break, think about the matter, and come back later. Now, when I came back later, I had one more idea. And that might be a little bit creative, but it might actually work, and I have decided that I'm going to take the risk and I'm going to try it. And this solution goes back to the first one I presented, where I stitch this into a tube. Complete the stars that way. I can arrange the stars in however I please, and then install the zipper at the side. The difference though is that I'm going to quilt it first. I'm going to quilt this flat, top layer, batting, lining fabric. I'm going to quilt most of the quilt, but I'm going to leave space at these, the bottom and the upper top edge, so that I can, when most of the quilting is done, I can stitch them together into a tube, and then there's only a narrow area left at the join, which is yet unquilted, and then I can just pull it onto the free arm of the machine and quilt the last bits. So that's my plan. We'll see how it works. I'm going to give it a try, and I will report back to you how it went. So that's all for now, and see you later.